One body, many members. I'm honored today to be joined by really a gentleman I've never met, but can understand the circumstances that he found himself in a few weeks ago. Dr. Terry Jones from the Dove World Outreach Center out of Gainesville, Florida. Dr. Jones, honored to have you on with you. How are things in Florida?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, things in Florida here are continue to be pretty busy.
I bet they are, Dr. Jones, and I know you don't know me from Adam, and I just know you from what I've seen on television, and I'm a strong defender of those who get out and live the gospel outside the four walls of the church. And Dr. Jones, I get sick and tired of people being criticized when really folks don't even understand the real story of what's going on. So I'm honored you would be with us today, Dr. Jones, and if you would just take a I hear it all the time. I'm sure you've heard it. You've probably gotten hundreds of emails, thousands of letters of people telling you what an idiot you are, how you make Christianity look so bad, yada, yada, yada. How would you respond to that, Doctor?
Yeah, I've definitely got a lot of mails in that direction. I mean, we do get support mails. Yeah, we feel really our mission is actually a little bit of what you said there. Now, after International Burn a Koran Day, we are starting a Stand Up America campaign, a Stand Up America tour. We are going around America. We are booked now in Tampa, Kentucky, Tennessee, New York, possibly California. We want to encourage people and Christians to actually really stand up, go outside of the walls. I believe that Christianity right now in America seems to be drawing back, pulling back. We do a lot of teaching. We do a lot of saying what we should do. And part of we really feel our mission is to actually stand up and do something. That's a little bit about what International Burn a Koran Day was about. It was about sending a very, very clear message to the radical element of Islam that we will not tolerate their violence, their threats, and their fear here in America. And now, like I said, we feel it's time to really speak to the church. The church needs to stand up on issues and let their voice be heard.
Dr. Jones, I'm on your website. Folks out there, if you are in front of your computers, it's www.doveworld.org, doveworld.org. And I can see from your website, Dr. Jones, that you're certainly not new at this. You had some controversy earlier just by putting up a sign that says Islam is of the devil. That caused quite a furor down there as well, did it not?
Yes, it did. We did that, I believe, around a year ago or a year and a half ago. It was back in July. We put a large sign up in the yard that said that Islam is of the devil. That is actually when we really started thinking that the church really needs to do something. I spent many years in the mission field, actually around 30 years.
Radio for life. It was shown.
There you go. I'm sorry.
No problem. I spent, like I said, around 30 years in the mission field, and when I came back to America, I was really horrified at the condition of the church. So we started that campaign, Islam is of the devil. We have done other campaigns and other demonstrations in front of the abortion clinic here, in front of the pornography shop here. We feel that desperately, like I said before, the church has to do something more than just teach. We need to make our voice heard.
You know, Dr. Jones, we do that as well up here. I don't have a church. I have Past Assault Ministries. I'm just an individual former football coach who, a long story, but I'm just kind of sick and tired of what's going on, and I'm trying to call the church out as well, Dr. Jones. And I thought it was really kind of interesting that when the national media went after you, they continually spoke about what a small congregation you have. It's just 50 people. It's just 30. like the fact that the number of people in your church gives credibility to your church. That's a canard that's a trap we've really fallen into, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think we have forgotten. Well, for one thing, we live in a democracy, and for some reason, because of that, we think that the majority not only rules, but the majority is right.
Yes, sir.
And we see in Christianity that's actually not the case. Actually, truth truth is never popular until it becomes accepted. We look at Jesus himself, of course, as our greatest example. He never did anything wrong, and he only had, at the end of his life, just a few people there at the cross. So definitely they like to point that out to make you look as though you are small and have nothing to say.
Yeah, like when this is a whole different issue, and I don't want to get into this debate, but when Glenn Beck had his event in Washington, D.C., 600,000, however many it was, and then Al Sharpton had an event with maybe 5,000 there. They gave equal weight. See, it didn't matter that Reverend Al only had just a few people there. They didn't continually point out how few people Al had there. They gave him equal standing. So they ought to be giving Dr. Terry Jones equal standing with Joel Osteen. Don't you think, Dr. Jones?
I definitely think so. I definitely think we have much more to say than he does. I think definitely that's part of our problem. I mean, God wants us to have a good life. I don't have anything against that. He improves our life. The Bible says that if we're born again, we become new creatures. But I think Joel Osteen is a little bit of an example where Christianity has went.
That's for sure.
We're only interested in a better me, a better you. We're no longer interested in really dying for Christ, sacrificing, doing something, moving out. And that definitely in America has to change. And actually, I believe it will. I believe that there are large numbers of people out there who are fed up.
You've heard from thousands of them, haven't you, Dr. Jones? I hear from them as well.
Yes.
That they're looking for somebody who's not afraid to stand up and speak up. They know that for the most part, their pastor's probably not going to. They know for the most part that Christianity is really not, as we were told in the book of Jude, earnestly contending for the faith. We're no longer doing that. They're aware of that, and they don't have the courage to do it. They don't know what to do, but boy, they sure are glad somebody is, aren't they?
I think that's true. We're getting already, like I said, we just started this Stand Up America campaign. Actually, we just went on Facebook less than a week ago, and we are already getting support from all around the nation. It's actually really amazing. I believe that the time is ripe. The time is there. I think what happened here a couple of weeks ago with the news attention that we got, I believe that was not a mistake.
No, let me camp right there a second, Dr. Jones. Again, folks, Coach Dave Daubenmire, we're passing the salt here this morning with Dr. Terry Jones of the Dove World Outreach Center. Dr. Jones is the pastor down in Gainesville, Florida, that you saw all over the TV, all over the internet, for having an International Burn a Koran Day. Now, Dr. Jones, first of all, I get accused of this. People say, "Well, he's just chasing the cameras. He's just a media hound." Dr. Jones, I bet when you decided to burn this Koran, you never thought you were going to hear from General Petraeus was going to be talking about you, the White House. Those certainly were never your plans to be able to do that. But even more so, Dr. Jones, I think we have to realize that the media, for what reason, Dr. Jones, I cannot figure out. Why did they make this such a big deal? In fact, Pastor Jones, I believe the White House singled you out. Now, I was born at night, and it wasn't last night. I can tell you this. There are hundreds of Korans being burnt daily all around America by the pastors. What you did was not that unusual.